Hello everyone, we are back working on the N14. A couple days ago I had the unfortunate experience. You can see in there, it may be kind of difficult. The inside, so the far valve, has been broken off and been chewed around inside the cylinder. So once again, trying to pull everything apart. Got the Jake brakes unbolted. I still got to do all these lines and wires and cables and what have you on both sides of the engine to get down to the rocker boxes and then down to the head. Gonna pull the head and see what kind of damage we have to the piston and the liner to the sleeve. So hopefully it's not too bad. I'm gonna get started pulling this apart. Alright, so you've got the engine apart, and as you can see there's some sleeve damage, mostly here on the top. There's some nicks inside of the cylinder as well. However, it does not look too terribly bad, and the piston has also taken some damage as well. It's quite beat up. However, I have spoken with several people, mechanics and other guys who have done engine builds and whatnot. And, they say, it'd be nice to replace it, but since the engine is so high mileage as is, we're looking at 940,000 on an out of frame, which was not really a full out of frame, but let's not get into that. So they say we'll probably have some higher oil consumption and a little more blow by, but of course it's not great, but it's acceptable. It'll still hold together, while I'm trying to save money for a full out of frame rebuild. Pull everything out, pull the block out, what do they call it, redeck? I'm not sure, but grind, machine the top of the block as well as the crankshaft bore and all the good stuff, new heads, the whole 9 yards, new pulleys, everything. That's what the plan is. That's what I'd like to do, but it's going to take me a little while to save up that kind of money. So for now, we're just going to leave this cylinder kit in there. I am going to install a new head, and I'll show you that, and I'll show you the old one here momentarily so you can see the damage it sustained. And here we have the old cylinder head. As you can see, it is quite beat up. The valves have all been damaged, and some worse than others. So you can see that one's just completely gone. Well, not completely gone, but at least the bottom part is missing, and I'll show you where that went in a moment. But you can also see, the surface is all roughed up, and the injector hole, I guess the bottom of the injector cup, I'm not sure, is also not completely as round as it once was. So there's that. And of course you see it's all full of dust. I've already been at the Cummins, and of course they wouldn't take it because it dropped the valve, so I had to pay core charge on the new head. And it then, when was it? Regardless, it got all windy and dusty, and this just sat here in the bed of the truck, so I did not get all that much stuff done when I would have liked, so now I've got to try and play catch up. And here's what is left of the old valve. So you can see these all came out of the turbocharger. Poured them out of there. You see these little bits and flakes and chunks, and yeah, not cool. So they ended up damaging the turbine wheel of the turbocharger, so I had to go out and get myself remanufactured whole sit turbo. Here it sits, as you can obviously see. So, and the funny thing is, we've actually noticed these are non-ferrous, meaning the magnet does not stick to them. I have one right here. Okay. Does stick to them partially. Why did this thing make a liar out of me? Come on, guys. It's unusual. Before we tested it with this magnet, didn't stick. And really they're not sticking much. I mean, there's no real force there. It kind of sticks, but it's not really the real deal like a piece of steel. Of course, I don't have a piece of steel. Let's see if I can get a very small angle on it. It'll yank it from wherever, and these are basically non-ferrous compared to it. Sorry for shaking the camera around, but they basically won't do anything. So I'm not a liar. I didn't rig this. Yeah, so it turns out this is part of the exhaust valve. We actually took this magnet and went across the top of the head and checked the various valves, and it turns out that the intake valves are magnetic, are ferrous, whatever you want to call it. They are magnetic. This magnet will stick. And the exhaust valves, they are non-ferrous. This magnet will not stick. As you can see, they are slightly ferrous, I guess, because they are sticking now. But there you have that. So that's interesting. I guess these are a different metal, so they can withstand the heat. I don't know what they are, so I'm not going to guess. So I got it put back together and got back on the road. It's actually been a while since I recorded this other footage. It's been about 2 months, put on about 20,000 miles or so, and it's been running good. It's been doing the job, and that's always a blessing, so I'm real thankful for that, and hopefully it'll hold together for quite a while. So thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, have a good one.